All right. Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday night. Good evening, fireworks fans around the world. What's going on? This is West Coast Roller coming back at you tonight. It's Friday night. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. It's Friday night, guys. Show you guys a little bit of the action going on here. I've got some competition. Got some competition going on here, just up the block over here. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a show here tonight. See what's up. All right, let's spin this baby around and show you what we got. Okay. All righty, there you go, guys, over there. Oh, my competitor is open. Look at that, guys. Competition. No vehicles. They got a porta potty over there. I'm gonna bring it home. Don't you worry, fireworks fans. Oh, I'm gonna bring it home here. All right. Fireworks. We got it's a nice evening tonight here in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. We got the sun going down. It's coming up on 8 o'clock in the evening right now. Got a few new developments going on here at the fireworks stand. One of them is I moved. Check this out, guys. I got a front row seat here, guys. I was parked way back there, but we got some new developments here, guys. The big thumbs up. I got power, shore power, 50 amp shore power, guys. No more generators. As quiet as can be. No more fuel. That generator was 10 gallons a day. Is what that generator it was costing. And do the math. That was about with gas prices. I was filling up gas over here at the gas station. It was $4.79, $4.89 I was paying, so it was about $60 for every 10 gallons of gas. And you should have seen me humping these gas cans across the street. No, I wasn't taking my truck. I was walking over there like a real man would do. All right. All right, guys, bringing it home here. Bringing it home. So I'm going to be turning the lights on here pretty soon. The lights on in the tent. I'm going to light this tent up. And I'm going to be staying open, I think, pretty late tonight. So I'm going to test my buddy out over here and see how he's. See if he or she, I haven't been over there yet, see if he or she's going to go the distance tonight, see how long they're going to go here. You know what I'm saying? Because when they go down, I go up. I'm going to stay open, man. You know what I'm talking about? Light this place up, get the tunes going, crank the Van Halen. You know what I'm saying? That's right. We'll get the party started over here, guys. This could actually be a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? I'll set you guys down for a second. I'm gonna go grab a drink and see who's up, see who's watching tonight. It's kind of unexpected here tonight. A little bit of dropping a live stream on you like that, no notice. That's kind of how I roll around here. Okay, so this is something new and different. Trying a new flavor for water and hydration. Walmart raised the price on the Gatorade like $1. It went up $1 those packets. So this is the Walmart brand, and it was $1 less. This energy, and this actually has caffeine in it, which I didn't really realize until I got home and I tried it. It's a little bit different, but it has some caffeine in it. So we're gonna go for it here. Keep the live stream, not from getting too boring. I don't want to fall asleep on you guys, so we're gonna get get a little bit of hydration going on here tonight. The powdery formula, but I tell you what, you got to really put the cap on tight. Because man, if you don't set the cap on this thing, it'll just go everywhere. You're gonna want to shake it up real good. So this is exclusive content you're not going to find anywhere else on the internet. Me making a complete fool out of myself on the internet here tonight. This is content you will not find anywhere else on the internet. Coming from a fireworks stand on a Friday night in Kentucky. Folks, this is it right here. This is it, guys. You've landed. You've landed on the live stream of all live streams tonight. Thanks for the thumbs up. Take a swig and taste this here. This is this stuff is a little sweeter. It's zero sugar. I like the color of it, but it's a little bit sweeter tasting. And so who do we got in the chat box tonight? Got anybody watching tonight? There's a few of you out there tonight. Guess if I hit live chat. Elena, hey Elena, good evening, good evening. Is selling fireworks your new job, a short term or no? You know what? Right now, effectively, I hope you can hear okay over this fan in the background. I know the noise is there, you can hear it. Effectively right now, it's an open book right now. So what I mean by that is, depending on how things go here and how I do, I can go to Indiana and work a store in Indiana if the opportunity is available, if I want to after this. And so I think that's kind of it's a store that's open year round in Indiana. So we'll see. It'll kind of depend on a few things, and it'll be would be a full hookups site and that kind of a thing, just similar to what I have here. But just kind of taking one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I do, it's got to be kind of the highest and best use of my time. You know what I'm saying? It's the most valuable thing any of us have, right? So we got to kind of use it wisely. You guys let me know in the comments, if the noise is too bad. If it's not good, then I'll kind of move around. I do have a microphone system that I got. Well, yeah, I have a lapel microphone that I could use, but it causes some more problems because it's attached to me, and if I get up and walk around like I do, then it's not going to work out that well. I need to get a wireless microphone set up, which I'm working on right now getting. So, which that would be pretty sweet, because then I would have a transmitter, and then it would be wireless. I could get up and walk around and do whatever, go help the customers out, and that kind of a thing. So we have, we've got, let me see, just reading you guys' comments here. Can you drink beers there? Imagine, well, there's no rules against that alcohol, just smoking. You can't smoke in the tent, but I haven't heard anything about alcohol. Ariana, hi Ariana, how are you doing tonight? Nice to see you on here. We got Mary. Hi, Mary. I got you running while I pack for a road trip tomorrow. Nope, not taking the truck hamper this time. Okay, well, have fun on your road trip. And that sounds like a good time. Ariana heading out to go hiking just stopped to say hello. I'll watch later. Have a good night. Hey, you have a good night too, and enjoy your hike. And I'm quite jealous because you're in Oregon and you're going hiking, and that's probably one of my favorite places to go hiking. So I wish you well, and be safe out there and have fun. And we've got the sound is fine. Let's go, Brandon. All right, man, the sound is fine. Okay, that sounds good. Thanks for letting me know. So there is a bit of, like I said, this has caffeine in it. So I generally kind of prefer the drinks without caffeine. So let me see here, guys. So what else? I haven't had any customers today. I had one customer yesterday that was tire kicking and just kind of came in, looked at some brands that we had, and apparently he was, I guess, not interested in, well, he didn't like, I don't know, he had something to say about the brands of the fireworks. I don't think he liked the brand. He didn't say he didn't like it. He just said he preferred like Raccoon and some other brands that I've never even heard of. So that was kind of interesting. And then this morning, a gentleman stopped in that disclosed and told me up front that he sells fireworks, not in this town, but across the border in Indiana. He sells fireworks over there. So he was just taking a walk through and browsing to see what I had and the prices. And, you know, the guy was cool, you know, like just let me know, whatever, rather than, you know, coming in here and whatever, asking me, you know, 25 questions and playing off like he's, you know, going to buy the fireworks stand or something. But that didn't happen. But so that was kind of interesting. But other than that, guys, like I said, I'm hooked up to, you know, hooked up to power over here, which is really good. No more generator, the noise of the generator. So far, these guys, they've really come through and they've done everything that they said that they were going to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's really cool that you're working with people that, you know, care, and they're just, you know, they do what they say they're going to do, not just, you know, like throw you to the wolves or whatever. I guess the other thing that happened today was my hotspot. Guys, I burned through all the data on the hotspot. Man, so like I'm running around and Bill came over. I'm trying to like figure this thing out or whatever. It's a prepaid hotspot. I got the the password's like right on the hotspot, and so I was using the hotspot, man, with my phone, and I burned through all the data. So I got old Trusty out here, my AT&T Mobility device there on the table. So this live stream is being powered by AT&T Mobility. So burned through all the data on the hotspot. So that means I got to go buy a card down at Walmart. Tomorrow I'm going to go do that. I figured out what was going on with that. So, you know, because I kind of like, they kind of gave me everything. Didn't like tell me like, well, this is this and this is that. It was like, okay, so here you go, bye. So when little things like this come up, you know, it's kind of annoying. But the thing is that, whoo, yeah, I could definitely use some caffeine. You know, it's like kicking in right now. That's why I'm talking so fast, probably. This system, this Clover computer system, you guys see in the background here, the Clover computer system. This needs it runs off of the wireless hotspot. So I need a hotspot in order to use the computer and run billing and credit cards and all of that good stuff, so that I can sell some merchandise. So that's what I need. I need the hotspot for. But I've got my backup that I'm using right now. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. But anyways, yeah, you know, the sun is going down. It's a bit of a. It's been a little hot today. Not like super hot. I think got like into like 88 degrees today, 88 or 89 degrees. I've just been, you know, like working on my displays and stuff. I think it looks pretty good. Like, look at that. I kind of faced everything up. You know what I'm saying? So when the customers get in here, they're like shocked. You know what I'm saying? Like their money's just, it's flying out of the wallet. So like, just give me that and give me this and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're going for here, guys. It's just like, you know. So want to make it real easy for everyone to, you know, like find something and then know what the price is, and then answer any questions. You know, what does it do? And you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people ask, they want to know, well, you know, what does it do? You know what I'm saying? And so I don't, not every single product, I don't know exactly what they all do, but I've been, you know, looking at some of the barcode, the scanners, to like see, you know, what each product does, and then if people got questions, then I can ask them and help them out. You know what I'm saying? So just moving it around, guys, a little bit here, keeping it exciting. Keep trying to not get, trying to like, I don't want this thing to be boring. You know what I'm saying? For you guys, I'm trying to like show you guys as much as I can. Alrighty, so we got how's the weather there? I just covered that. We've had it's actually been pretty good this week. Like last week, it was really hot. This fan I have, it has 2 speeds, and so I got it on the lower speed right now. But this fan is, you know, it really it's great because it keeps air flowing. And it also, with that air flowing, like the bugs, it's not buggy or anything. The bugs, you know, you don't get bugged out. So if you're ever doing a tent like this, similar to what I've got here, that a fan like that must have. And I would say something that size, man, because like you need some airflow coming through here. But it helps out. It helps out huge with that. And we got Casey. What's happening, man? Casey wanted to stop by and say hi. Well, right on, man. Well, I know you're going truck camping this weekend out in the Oregon wilderness with Big Red and your truck camper with probably full of a bunch of beverages, and you're going to go have yourself a good time, right? That's right. Well, see if you can do a live stream while you're out there camping. Probably don't have enough internet to do that, but it's always worth a try. So we've got these Snapdragons. I guess these things, you throw them on the ground, you know, and they go boom, they make a bunch of noise. Just showing you what I got in reach. Got these little snakes. One of the guys commented on these today. He just said that can't believe why people still buy these, is what he commented on. But people like them. Let's see what else. Per my friend's suggestion, I posted an ad up on Craigslist to Louisville, Craigslist, and try to drive a little bit more traffic to my stand. I still need to get. I'd like to get a couple more open signs, like big, huge open banners, and then hang one like down at the end there. So when the cars are driving by, they read that and they can see that I'm open, you know what I'm saying? And I need to get some more, I think, signs out in the street. That would help out a lot. You have a, okay, here you're talking to Casey, and see, what else can I entertain you guys on? I don't know. I think I've shared just about everything that's different and changed for right now. It's Friday night, getting closer and closer to the 4th of July, which is good. I know this tent is going to just blow up. Like, you know, as we get closer to the 4th, I really think this tent's going to blow up. So I've just been watching my buddy over here all day, you know, seeing if he or she's been getting any traffic. I haven't been over there yet. And he has a little bit of a leg up on me because visibility, I'm a little bit blocked right now. I've got a blockage here in the front, and then I got a car dealer behind me that's kind of blocked for the traffic that's going this way. So it's a bit blocked right now. We'll see. Moving things around a little bit for you guys, get a little bit of a different view out here. I'm just standing out in front of the tent. You see a little bit of drive-by traffic going on, and if you know, somebody rolls up in a car, you guys can check that out. If you guys got questions about anything, you know what to do. A lot of people on Harleys riding around. There's no helmet law here in Kentucky, so it's a free, pretty much, you know, ride as you please, ride at your own risk. You know what I'm saying? I think I already mentioned that, but. Sound is probably a little worse because you're closer to the fan, but we'll keep it exciting for a little while. It's kind of a different angle to look at. There's I think it's a Denny's across the street, right over there. Yeah, it's a Denny's. I haven't eaten over there yet. I generally like to make my own meals. I don't really like to go out that much. Every time I go out to eat, I always feel like I don't eat enough food. Like, it's like an appetizer almost, you know. I mean, when I go out to eat, or at least fast food, that is. So We got Jason. How hot is it there? It's like in the 70s. In the 70s right now, I would say. It got to a high of about 89 today. It's not that humid. I mean, like when it gets into the 90s, like the upper, kind of the mid 90s, that's when you really feel the humidity. So it's really not, you know, it's very comfortable right now. The humidity. Right. Fire Marshal stopped by again today and kind of basically gave me the green light with everything. I had to post these signs. Must be over 18 years old to purchase, and you know, the couple of these no smoking signs and discharging fireworks. So the fire marshal, I got his approval with everything, so he was totally okay with that. So good to go there. The only thing that he commented to me about was that cars need to park within 20 feet of the tent. They need to park within 20 feet of it. So I don't have any like cones or rope or anything, so it's probably going to be it's probably going to be something, if somebody rolls right up on the tent, just going to have to politely ask them if they would, you know, park it a few more feet away from the tent. So that also happened today. So yeah, a lot of motorcycles out here. Lots of motorcycles out here. It's Friday night, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's out for a ride, out having a good time, enjoying a little bit of freedom. Freedom of the open road. Freedom of the wind blowing through your hair and your beard. That's right. Ah. I ordered a couple of Bluetooth speakers. They're over in my Amazon locker right now. I'm going to go pick them up tomorrow, because I've got another item that's being shipped there tomorrow, which I'll go and pick up. Well, this is something I can tell, but those Bluetooth speakers, and so that's going to allow me to play some music in the tent, hook it up, link it up to my Spotify on my phone. I can play some music, so I'm going to try doing that a little bit. You know, music is kind of something that can either make or break you, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, some customers like rap, some customers like country, or heavy metal, or hair metal, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's different. So, you know, if somebody comes in and they like gangster rap, and I'm playing, you know, AC/DC, you know, I mean, I think that's not going to help me. That's not going to help me much. So sometimes just not having music, you know what I'm saying? It kind of can just be kind of a neutral thing, you know. That was the other thing too. My awning strap, the awning strap, you know, for the awning on my RV over here. The on the front of the RV, it blew away, like blew off, and I'm like, what happened here? Did somebody steal this? Where the hell is my awning strap? And I'm walking all over the parking lot. I'm in the back. I'm in the property. I'm in the field. I am looking everywhere for this thing. It's an awning strap. I mean, how far could this thing disappear, right? A freaking awning strap. So I moved my RV up here, and then this morning, I'm walking around. It's freaking laying right out there near those cinder blocks. The awning strap, it blew like 100 feet through that windstorm that we had, right? It blew across the parking lot, but it was broken, and the strap had, you know, it would broken. So I just bought a new one from Camco, shipped it Amazon. They were like, you know, it was like $11 for a brand new awning strap, and they're really easy. They just slide into the rail, and you got a new awning strap. So that's probably not a bad thing to probably order 2 of when you do, because if you lose one or it breaks, unfortunately, I'm not taking my advice right now because they only ordered 1. Should have ordered 2 of them, right? Yeah, what's that saying? Hindsight is 20/20, yeah, something like that. So, you know, anyways, I got a new awning strap coming. Got some Bluetooth speakers coming. I bought an induction cooktop. I bought an induction cooktop. This is a new toy that I'm going to be playing with, experimenting with, testing. The only thing is I'm a little bit short on pans, so I've got a bunch of cast iron that I'm going to use, but I wanted to try this induction cooktop. My friends Bill and Darla, they have one, and so I want to be cool like them. I'm trying to be cool like my friends here, all right? Trying to step up my game and be cool like my friends here, okay? And so they have one. I'm like, well, you know, I gotta have one. So I bought one, and I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna try it out. And basically, what my objectives are with an induction cooktop is boiling water. So like when I'm making pasta or, well, even pancakes, because I like pancakes on a cast iron grill. So I'm gonna use it for that. But I get the deal with the induction is it heats up really quickly because it's induction. You know what I'm saying? So you're transmitting heat from this is like, you know, going scientific on you guys here. Okay, induction cooking. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. I haven't used it yet. I'll post a video about it here later. About that, I'm really excited about using that, and it's also something that I could use off the solar power, so I don't need to have, you know, I could join the. I can't even believe I'm going to say this. I could join the hip crowd. I'm going the green crowd, man. I'm going all electric here on you guys. All right, yeah, I'm gonna save the world. I'm going all electric. So, jokingly, okay, you know, but it is something that I could use solar power to power my induction cooktop. So depending on how far down the rabbit hole I go with my RV lifestyle, you know, it's going to have a home for that too. I think it's going to have a home for that too. Okay, we've got, are you advertising on Facebook Community Marketplace? No, I have not blown up the Facebook Marketplace yet. I may venture into that tomorrow. I spent a bunch of time today getting an ad posted on Craigslist. And so my first ad I posted to the community, and it got flagged. It got flagged, right? So, no, I didn't bow down and give up and surrender. I posted a new ad to the general for sale section. And to my knowledge, it's still up, it's still live, it's still going, it's still advertising at this point. So I probably just had it in the wrong category on Craigslist. Craigslist is pretty forgiving, if you know what I'm saying. Pretty forgiving. We've got the RV Bandwagon going on. If you guys haven't checked out the RV Bandwagon, you guys should be over there checking out the RV Bandwagon, because he's got something coming at you right about now. I wish I could take that one from you, Scott, but I can't take it. That's all you, my friend. You own that one. You own that one free and clear. That baby's trademarked and put away. It's put away for good. It's locked down, that one. We got the Wolfman 82. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon, good evening. I'm in Eastern time right now, so my West Coast buddies out there, they're all 3 hours away, time difference, so they're still winding down right now. It's like, as you can see here, 3 hour time difference. We've still got some nice daylight, nice evening going on here tonight. Nice little Friday night, doing a live stream out here with you guys. Live time, real time. So, what else can I share with you guys? Yeah, I could share that too. I've really been buying a lot of little things here. I bought a new transmission pan. A transmission pan for my transmission. A lot of you guys are thinking, why'd you do that? Why'd you buy a transmission pan? You got a transmission pan. A transmission pan, an automatic transmission pan for my good old 47 RE. Well, it doesn't have a drain bolt. A drain bolt. A bolt you can drain the fluid from. So I've always taken my automatic transmission to a shop and had them change the fluid, change the filter, and so forth. And I've just decided that I'm to take it upon myself. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that myself from now on. I know a lot of you out there think, oh, you're crazy, you're nuts. That's a dirty job. I mean, ship that off to somebody else to do. Well, it's actually pretty simple if you have the right pan. So basically, I bought a new transmission pan with a drain plug on the pan. Very inexpensive to do. It'll pay for itself on the first time. And so I'm going to give this a whirl doing it myself. Especially this traveling around like I've been doing. I mean, you're supposed to change the fluid in an automatic transmission at least every 15,000 miles. But if you're doing the kind of towing I'm doing, you might want to do it sooner. And for me, what you do is you pull the dipstick out and you smell the fluid and you look at the color of it. And so transmission fluid is very cheap, and rebuilding transmissions is very expensive. So I think the more often you change the fluid out, the longer your transmission is going to last. And so this is a new thing that I'm going to be doing soon. And with having the drain bolt on there, it will be less of a mess doing it. I can capture the fluid a lot better. I still have to remove the pan from the transmission to change out the filter in the transmission. But I think it's going to be a much simpler process to do with this pan. So that's something else that I've been working on here. Really need to get some customers in here, guys. You guys got any ideas? I mean, at this point, if I had a sign, if I had an arrow and a big sign, I probably would stand out in the road out there and try to wave people in. I mean, why not? What else are you going to do? Either you're going to sit in here or stand out there and do this, right? So, That would make for some epic live streaming entertainment for you guys. Man, would that be funny? That would be really good. That would be really, really good. So it's gonna happen, you know. I mean, like, I'm gonna just be inundated. As my friend Bill says, you know, this is gonna be time that I wish I still had when it's busy, you know, when I'm slammed. So it's all good. It's all good. I really should be reading, getting caught up in reading. I've always got books to read. I've been listening to some podcasts. I did the Amazon free trial and I got 1 Audible credit. I really should subscribe to Audible, but I bought the book. It's called Winning by Tim Grover. And who is Tim Grover? Tim Grover was Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant's high performance coach. So he's written a couple books. His first book was called Relentless, and this next book that he came out was called Winning. It's actually a really good book. It's actually kind of one of these books I kind of like to keep a secret. It's just really good. Like, it's not your average fluffy type of motivational book. You know, the stuff that he talks about is what separates people who win from people who don't win, basically. But anyways, go check it out if you're interested. And I haven't listened to the whole book yet. I'm only about not even a quarter of the way through it. Let's see. You will be too busy soon. Good problem to have. Okay. Yeah. I hope so, man. I'm just trying to keep up with you, man. You're kicking my butt right now, so you know what I'm saying, man. I mean, I'm trying to stay in the game here. You know what I'm saying? So, trying to hang in the game, man. You know, I don't want to get cut. You know what I'm saying? It's my Harley friends out there. Trying to stay in the game, man. Stay in the game here. The game of what? The game of life. The game of life, baby. The game of life. The game of life. The game of winning. That's right. The game of never quitting, never surrendering, never giving up. That's right, man. That's the game. It's the game we're all in out here, right? That's the game we're all in out here. The game to play to win. Play to win the game. That's right. It's all winnable. All games are winnable. All games are winnable, man. You gotta have the right programming, the right software up here in the brain, the old brain up here. The most valuable asset that each of us own is between our 2 ears. I'm gonna grab something else to drink here. Ice cold water right here. Ice cold water, folks. Woo! That is cold. It's almost freezing cold out here. Almost freezing. Almost freezing out here. You guys need a cooler out. If you guys need a little cooler, check out Truck Fridge. Truck Fridge. Indel B. Their compressor. They got like I think it's a Dan Foss. It's all good quality stuff. This company, they build refrigerators for like truck drivers, you know, commercial application. So it's not a bunch of junk. It's a bunch of like good stuff. But it's going to cost you this refrigerator here set me back about $500 in 2017. So they probably want at least another $100 for it now. But it's been a really good refrigerator for me. If you're looking for it's AC and DC, not the Rock Band. AC and DC powered, so it's served me really well so far. Cool water. righty, the sun is going down. The sun is going down in Shepherdsville. Shepherdsville, Kentucky. All right, who's got some questions for me tonight? Who's got some questions? Who's got some opinions about it? Who's got some opinions or some questions? I don't know. What else can I show you guys? I think I've showed you guys like everything. Just checking out all the motorcycles out here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's out riding, man. I'm kind of jealous, actually. I'd like to be out in my Banshee riding right now in the dunes. Is what I like to be doing. But I'm on a live stream with you guys in Kentucky. That's right. That's right. This is not for the faint of heart, folks. This is not for the weak. What do they say at Cobra Kai? The weak show no the strong show no mercy. Something like that. Woo! Karate Kid. The Karate Kid. How many? Give it up for the Karate Kid. How many Karate Kid fans out there? Way back in the 80s. You guys are probably all too young to remember that. My dad took me to see that movie when I was however young I was in the movie theater. I saw that one in the movie theater, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, all the classics. I went to the movie theater and saw all of them when I was a kid. Life-changing, life-changing. I have to say probably Back to the Future was probably my favorite. I always loved Indiana Jones, but Back to the Future was always, that one was always like probably my favorite. Okay, we got the RV bandwagon right about now. Have you set your goals and set your sight to those points? Showing you how I make a grid, showing how I make a grid to help me achieve goal levels on my next video at work. So, okay, cool. I remember you talking about it. I think I remember you talking a lot about the visualization part of it. The mental pictures of it, creating a picture in your mind of what your objective is. You got to really believe it, though. That's the thing, and that's what trips myself up and a lot of people. It's it's one thing to see a goal, but like you got to really believe that you've actually already achieved it, and that's another level. And it's something that has to be practiced daily. Anyways, that looks cool, man. Yeah, looking forward to that video. There's another personal development book that I just ordered. It's by the guy by the guy named Ed Milet, and his book is called The One More. That's another one to check out. Yeah, just believing that you can achieve something, believing you can do something, because fear or doubt it'll always trip you up. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like with like big, hairy, audacious goals. I mean, it's even small stuff, I mean, if you're fear and doubt will always get you, but the day when you believe you can actually do it, what you set your mind to do, that's when stuff really starts. From my experience, that's when stuff changes. That's when stuff happens, man. That's when the magic happens. Is belief. It's the most powerful thing that you and I possess. It's the power of belief. And the world is always trying to convince you that you can't do it, or you're not good enough, or you're not smart enough, you're not good looking enough. And if they can just get a little bit of you to believe that bullshit, you're screwed. It's over, man. It's over. The game's over, man. You're done. You know what I'm saying? This book I'm listening to, Winning by Tim Grover, He talks a lot about this stuff, man. And this is the stuff that separates people who win in life from people who make up excuses, don't win, have all these reasons about why they couldn't, shoulda, woulda, didn't do this, didn't do that. It's rather eye-opening, you know, because most of the advice thrown around out there, it's fluff. It's really motivational fluff that lasts about 1 minute, you know. So he's got some higher level thinking, higher level stuff in his book. So how do I go from talking about fireworks stand in Kentucky to talking about that? I have no idea how to make that connection. But it's really good stuff, and I love talking about all that kind of stuff. I really do. You guys thought I was crazy? I'm really crazy. But I love it, man. You know, you got to be a little crazy in this life to you know, to just live an outstanding, amazing life. Because everybody's lying to you and trying to give you all kinds of reasons as to why you can't do something, you shouldn't do something, blah, 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 blah. So that's the rebel in me. And I've been like that since I was a little kid. I've always really been the type to not like to conform. And, you know, and I've been right mostly about most things. I've been wrong about a lot of things. But, you know, this is all stuff that you have to really, you know, discover on your own, you know. I can only kind of pique your interest with it, but you have to go deeper with it. It's not something I can influence or really persuade you on, other than just if it's something you're hungry for, or something you're interested in, you have to go discover it. What's your idea of success? Well, you know, the first thing that I'll say about the first thought I have in response to that question, it's going to be different for everyone. And that's just the honest truth. And it's going to be different for everyone. Everyone has a different idea of what that is. If you were to ask me that question about 20 years ago, my answer would have been, oh, well, it's maybe a certain level of financial success. I would have had probably a different answer. As I've gotten older, as I've gotten wiser, and, you know, I've tried a lot of different things and met a lot of different people, and still meeting a lot of different people. You know, you kind of broaden your horizons a bit with those kind of definitions, you know. So it definitely is an individual thing, okay? The part that I think gets a lot of people is they have these limits with it. They put limits on themselves for whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And there really isn't many limits. It's really, you know, you're only limited by your own imagination and what you believe you can achieve, okay, and what you can achieve. That's what I think. So, what's my version of success? I mean, I have my own, you know, but I can't really honestly come out and make a, you know, there's the general definition, which is the worthy realization of a goal that's I'm butchering it up right now. The worthy realization of a desired dream, goal, objective. I mean, that's the most generalized definition, I think, of success. And that goes back to my friend Earl Nightingale, who, you know, wrote an audio program, probably the best audio program ever created, in my opinion. It's called Lead the Field by Earl Nightingale. lead the field. And he's got another one he came out with called The Strangest Secret. That's another one. You know, and he talks a lot about this. And so I think he probably gives, you know, one of the probably the best definition or breakdown of the word success in my humble opinion. Most people are just projecting their own limited self-thinking. Yes. Yeah, they are. And I'm glad you brought up that word projecting. Projecting. You know, that's a very fascinating word in our times and in our culture we're living in right now. And is that there's a lot of people who, I'm probably not taking this, but there's a lot of people that project a lot of things that they really aren't, you know? They project wealth, they project success. But are they really successful, or are they just projecting it onto others to make them, you know, to make them look like whatever they're trying to project? But that's a very fascinating word that looks like I might have a customer here. You guys hang tight. Looks like it might just be turning around. It's probably my buddy up the street here trying to see if I'm still open or not. He's like, damn it, he's still open. I want to close down. Gonna see what my buddy up the street is made of. It's made of tonight. That's right. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. See what kind of thick skin I'm dealing with up here tonight. Because she's got crazy man to deal with tonight. Truck driver right there. Okay, back to comments. Talked about like the whole projecting thing about just it's like Instagram, you know, there's so much projecting going on, but it's like how much of it is real, you know, versus fake. It's one of the things in our society today that I don't know. Part of the digital world of technology here. When I become a millionaire, share my secret with you. Okay. Yeah. There are no secrets though, you know what I'm saying? There are no secrets. So then the next question becomes, okay, well, if there are no secrets, then why aren't you uber rich, and why aren't you this, and why aren't you that? And well, because as my uncle said many years ago when I was in my 20s, my uncle was a teacher. He was a physical education teacher. My Uncle Eddie, he's watching tonight. I'm going to take this time right now to give him a lot of credit because he was right what he told me. And he also coached football. And one of the things he told me is that success in life requires a lot of discipline. Discipline. Yes, the discipline to commit, the discipline to do a lot of things that you don't want to do. And all of the people who I know who are super successful, okay, and that just, and super successful means, basic to me, it means they're living like their dream life. They're living their dream life, whatever that is. Every single one of them that I know and that I've studied, every single one of them, they did a lot of suck for years, sometimes decades of suck, and doing stuff that the majority of the population will never do and never want to do. And that means taking on massive risk for a long period of time, maybe losing their ass, going bankrupt. This is the kind of stuff that builds like this super success that you see. And it's really the truth. And it would be one of the, if you were to ask me that question to me, yeah, it's that reason, because discipline's been something that I've struggled with for a long time. You know, it's kind of one of these things that I think it kicks your ass, you know, until like you start implementing discipline in your life. And that means a discipline to basically do the things that you don't want to do the things that suck every day, you know, take the risks that are really scary, not all the time, but there's going to be times that you're going to have to take on a lot of risks, okay, that most people are unwilling to do. They're just not willing to take on that kind of risk. But massive reward and massive success generally involves a lot of risk, you know, and that doesn't necessarily mean in the form of financially. It could mean in just the form of your time, okay, just so, you know, so I guess that's my huge rant, is like the whole discipline thing. You know, all these sports athletes, Kobe Bryant, like, you know, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and practicing when he didn't even like have a game that day. That's discipline, that's commitment, you know, and that's the ingredients of massive success. It just, you know, it just really flat out is, you know. So, you know, that's like taking it on the extreme side of it. And you don't have to, of course, shoot that high. You can shoot to a level that works for you, you know. So, I don't know how I got off talking about all that stuff, but I'm just kind of like, what I'm dropping or what I'm talking about is just like, through all what I know, I'm 44 years old, and what I know in my life up to this point, from the people I've been influenced by, from the people I've studied, and some of my own mistakes, failures, and successes. This is what the stuff that I'm sharing with you. This is like where I'm at like right now. So 20 years ago, they probably would have been different answers, you know. That's kind of the crazy part about life, is as you get older and, you know, you get wiser, you know, you change and you come up with different, you think differently about things. Anyways, guys, I hope I'm not like losing you all here. Where are you located? Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Got Jay Taggart. Looks like Jay faked out. Jay retracted his comment. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, this is gonna get fun. So yeah, anyways, it's good stuff. You know, the discipline part, and you know, the other part. I got a friend of mine lives in Phoenix, and he's comfortable taking on the difference between me and him, he has been a lot more comfortable with taking on bigger risks, especially in the area of finances. That's another thing too, you know. It's like how big of a risk, how big of risks are you comfortable with taking? And with risks, not necessarily financially, there's other risks that you can take on, and I know that that's always like a big part of it too. You know, if we're talking about, you know, risk is you have to be okay. You have to, I think, change. You have to have a really awesome meaning of what risk means to you. I think that's the big thing. The meaning that you attach to risk. And everyone has a different meaning that they give it, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're right, wrong, or it's the right answer. It's just what's best for you, you know. And that's kind of what I learned when I hung out with my friend for a while. I learned that, you know, there were things that, you know, he was willing to take on big risks like that, and I would have, you know, I would have not been willing to do that. So that's the other fascinating part with, we're talking about the word success, you know, that we all have to really evaluate. So, probably losing y'all. What do we got going on here? I was trying to make a joke, but I flubbed it. You flubbed it, huh? Well, I'm sure you remembered what it was. I hope this fan isn't bothering you too much here. I might change it up, but the light is working out well with this live stream right now. The natural light. I certainly don't have some big fancy lights here to go full bore tonight, but I think this is working out okay for right now. Bitcoin. I don't know, man. A Bitcoin, like, I don't know. I personally, yeah. Do I wish I would have speculated? Okay, this is what, I don't own any Bitcoin. I didn't buy any Bitcoin. What I learned about, this is really what my takeaway was for Bitcoin, was his speculation. I speculate with stocks. I'm speculating with stocks right now, meaning speculating that I own them at this price, and I'm speculating that they're going to go up to this price. Bitcoin's the same thing. The people that got in early back in the day, they speculated, they took a little bit of risk, or they were willing to risk a certain amount of money for a potential gain in value on Bitcoin. One of my friends, and I was told about Bitcoin over a decade ago by my friend that actually passed away earlier this year of colon cancer in his 40s. Really sad. Or no, I'm sorry, he was in his 50s when he passed away. He owned a bunch of Bitcoin, and he became very wealthy off of Bitcoin. You know, simple fact that he speculated with it. And that was what I chalk up to as the reason of, you know, why he got successful. He believed in it, and he had faith in it, and he eventually it took off. But Bitcoin is pulled way back. I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. I know people have been losing their shirts in it. You know, they've been buying the dips, and it's been constantly going back down. However, it does seem to be holding some resistance right now at the price that it's at. So we'll see where it goes. Maybe this is the bottom, and maybe it's going to shoot up from here. I don't know. Nobody knows. The part that's bothered me with Bitcoin is that it's been like, you know, it's been said that, well, it can't be manipulated and this and that. It has ebbed and flowed with the NASDAQ, with the stock market. You know, you watch it every day. Bitcoin, it kind of flows with the stock market. You know, stocks are down. Bitcoin's been going down. So I'm like, if this currency is the currency that nobody can control, nobody can manipulate, I'm not buying that. I mean, it's followed the stock market, you know, pretty much precisely. Anyways, I'm not a hater of it. I'm not a hater. I'm also not like a huge supporter. I'm really neither with it. These are just some of my thoughts about it, and I'm not trying to persuade or influence you to either buy it or sell it. I'm just sharing with you some of my thoughts on it. Bitcoin. Too often people think success is defined by money. Sure, well, for some people it is solely defined by money. I know that it is solely defined by people. For some people it is. And obviously it's for some people it is. And so, and we've certainly witnessed that with a lot of things, and it's definitely not. It's not just it's a lot of things. And there we go. It goes back to really what it means to you, and everybody is different, and I think that that will always be the most general answer that that I will give, you know. And I think that the thing that I guess I could say about with that or on that, to add on to that, is your health. And you know, when you lose your health, I mean, you lose everything, and there's no amount of money that can buy back your health. And so, okay, so by me saying that, does that mean that money isn't important? No, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, I don't believe that. I believe that everything is important, is generally a belief that I have by and large, okay, with the caveat that, you know, you have a health crisis, you know, your money's at some point, depending on your health crisis, it can become totally useless to you. So that's the part that I think a lot of people, you know, misjudge with it. And money can also, in some health crises, it can also help you out immensely too. It can get you better health care. It can get you some of the best doctors. It can get you, you know, into some really good surgery. However, my friend that passed away of colon cancer, the one that I was just referencing and talking about, he was wealthy. And he tried a bunch of alternative medicines. He went to Mexico and tried and did some alternative things in Mexico. He did not do the chemotherapy treatment. He was against doing that. And whether or not that could have saved his life, I don't know. You know, we'll never know to this day. But he was someone who was wealthy, who used his resources to his best ability to get healthy, and it didn't work for him, you know. So I know that his passing was a message to me that, you know, to just really don't lose sight of everything in your life. You know, always be grateful for everything in your life. Always be grateful for your health. Always be grateful for everything that you have in your life, you know, all the time, because it can be taken away from you like that, and it can be gone, and there's nothing that you can do to get it back again, you know. And that's just the truth across the board with life. And so he taught me to really just be grateful, man. And you can have the greatest plan in the world for everything, and it can totally blow up in your face. And that's what happened to him. He had everything. He retired early in his 50s. He could do anything that he could do anything he wanted to do, and then he got sick. And so, you know, I took it as a warning to me that, you know, you can have the greatest plan, you know, and it can blow up in your face, you know. And I think that was the big warning for me, to just always be grateful while you're on your journey, while you're on your path, and just love the process, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. Always love the process. I think that's kind of the best way, you know. I mean, I know people, you know, they get so hung up on their heads about, well, they're not here or they're not there, you know, compared to what? You know, compared to the person living in a straw hut in a village somewhere in Africa, who's, you know, who's dying of starvation, who can't get water, who's got a government, you know, with a gun down their back or whatever. I mean, it's real talk, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's so much that all of us have to be grateful for in our lives. There's so much tyranny in this world. There's so much, you got the Kim Jongs in the world, you know, or that are brainwashing multiple generations of, you know, whatever. I mean, can you imagine living in that? Yeah. So there's just always something to be grateful for. Anyways, that's my thoughts about that. My final thoughts. Is that your final answer? Yes, that's my final answer. That is my final answer. Is that Vincent? Yes, that is Vincent. That is Vincent himself, and glad that you know that person and know who I'm talking about. He was a friend of mine. Midwest. How long do you want to be on the road? Do you want a home base? Yeah, I'm still deciding that. In these crazy times that we are living in right now, and when I say crazy times, I'm referencing mostly to the uncertainty of fuel prices. You know, if fuel prices go to $10 a gallon, my escapade traveling around the world is in a truck camper, or I'm sorry, in a fifth wheel, is probably going to be coming to a screeching halt in a town near you. So, if fuel prices go completely nuts, completely AWOL, then yeah, I mean, parking, having some place to live is probably going to be what I will be most interested in doing. And so so that is still an open book for me right now. It's part of the reason why I'm traveling around right now. I'm experiencing different areas in the country, different states, different regions, different cities, different counties. I've got friends that live in Arkansas that have invited me to stay on their property. I'm going to be looking into checking out Arkansas. So I've just been, I'm looking around. I'm looking around at some other places that would potentially be places of buying some property. The other interest that I have is in buying some, owning some commercial real estate, owning a business, owning like a laundromat, owning a car wash, owning a business that I can get involved with. That's been something else that's been on my mind and something that's on my radar also. And I think if I go that direction, then probably gonna, that money that I would have invested in my own place, own land or whatever, I would channel that into a business, you know what I'm saying? Something that would pay me some cash flow every month that I could live on and build and grow from there. So those are kind of the two options that I'm exploring right now. I also have considered, taking a YouTube business on the road too, doing ATV and power sports, getting a truck camper and a closed trailer. I've also been, I've thought about also doing that, but then again, if fuel prices go to $10, that's not going to happen. And if fuel prices go to $10, we've got a lot of other problems on our hands, okay? We got a lot of other problems on our hands, guys. I mean, we got, people aren't going to be able to afford those kind of prices. We're talking about an all economic meltdown crisis that you and I have never seen in our lives. I mean, we're talking starvation. We're talking a lot of problems at that point. Because if fuel goes to $10 a gallon, the cost of everything else is going to go up. Okay, So, which I pray to God that none of that happens. Been following both of you guys for a long time. Okay, well, cool. I first met Vention. Vention was actually the first YouTuber that I ever met up with back in 2011, and he lived in Washington State. I lived in Washington State, and we got connected through YouTube. That was pretty fascinating. But yeah, I was really sad and shocked by what happened. He was a pretty smart guy, and but that didn't save his life. Didn't save his life. been following. Fuel will always be around. The world runs on oil and coal, and it's abundant. Going green is a joke. Yeah, I mean, we're always going to need oil unless we revert back to the agrarian age of horses and buggies and doing everything, powering everything by hand, like we did prior to the Industrial Revolution. Oil is in everything. It's in all this plastics that we have. I mean, that's another joke. Plastic, it's like recycling plastic. I mean, it's just, there's just so much that's wrong in that. I mean, there's so much oil that's used in plastic manufacturing, and we live in this plastic world, and it's like the hypocrisy is just unbelievable. I mean, oh, we're going green. No, you're not. You're not going green at all. You're consuming more oil to make all this plastic that we all think is the latest and greatest thing. So yeah, it's there's a lot of money in the whole green movement. I mean, there's a crap load of money. Always follow the money. Always follow the money. Okay. This is nothing new. It's always been like this way, and it will always be like this. Always follow the money with anything that's being, massively propagated. Okay. I'm neither against it or for it. I'm just a realist talking real language here, and that's generally my filter and how I view the world. I just view it from a real point of view, the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? And so, and there is a reality to everything. And a lot of technologies, they take a lot of time to implement and do. So, yeah, fossil fuels are needed, and the elimination of it. And like I said, this is not an argument neither for it or against it. This is just like talking plain language and simple truths that the elimination of fossil fuels is starvation, mass starvation around the world. It's people that live, in cold climates are going to freeze to death. People are going to freeze to death. These are very real things, that the people that are for it, they never talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, those are just my opinions, and which mean nothing. It's just my opinion, and I'm certainly not all right about something, and I'm also not totally wrong about something either. I'm not anti, technology. I'm not anti things. I am just for having a real conversation about things, and not somewhere out in fantasy land, where that's always the problem I generally have, is that we're either so far out in fantasy land that we gotta come on back to reality, guys. You guys got some great ideas out here, but we have to make the connection from reality to this fantasy. And sometimes we just can't make that connection. We can't bring them both. We can't marry each other together. So, okay, I'm just dropping all the bombs here tonight. So, like I said, these are just my opinions. I'm not trying to influence or persuade any of you on this live stream one way or the other about anything. That's my little disclaimer. I'm all for fossil fuels. They want to put us on smart grids, control every aspect. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to it. When you listen to the World Economic Forum and whatever is being spouted out of their mouths, there's a lot of scary and twisted things that are coming out of their mouths that are would make one the hair on the back of their neck stand up if you are a free person, a free person in the world, a free thinking person in the world. You know what I'm saying? And we got, what else we have here? I'm all for fossil fuels, but at the same time, we own a plug-in hybrid vehicle. It's parked right next to the Ford Power Stroke. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm all for, I like hybrid vehicles too, you know. I mean, it's, they make a lot of sense, and they're really cool, and they're a lot more efficient, and I think that the numbers make a lot of sense on a lot of these things. And it's like the numbers also may make a lot of sense for you to own an electric vehicle, an all electric vehicle, as many do. A lot of people like Tesla. They buy the Teslas because you're either a cult, you know, follower, or convert, or the math makes sense to you. I have a friend of mine, truck driver. He has a Tesla. He has solar panels on his house. His house can charge his Tesla. You know, he's got this whole thing figured out, and he's got the math part of it also figured out. So, you know, the part that always frustrates me, you know, it's this all or nothing thing. You know, well, we got to go all this way, and you know, it's like time out. You know, here we go. We're going to take a trip to Fantasyland again, and we're going to leave reality. You know. And so, I don't know. That's just that is my, I guess, final thesis with it all. My theory and thesis with it all. It's just, I just can't understand why we just can't have a free market and everyone can choose. You know, it's like a buffet, okay? You can have this, or you can have this, and you can have this. We got all these choices, okay? And you can go choose what you want, you know? But to penalize me on something because I want to choose to do this, you know, that's not the, that's not really the you know, the free market. That's not how, you know, how it works. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, it's like incentives too. You know, people also buy incentives. You know, a lot of these incentives that they have for going all electric, I haven't been impressed with. You know, my friend who lives in Arizona, like, I asked him about why don't you have solar panels on your house? You know, you live in Arizona, and he's like, the math just doesn't make it doesn't make the best sense for him. The math basically, a lot of the costs they get pushed on the consumer. You know, well, I thought we're supposed to be saving the earth, supposed to be saving the planet, you know, all this kind of stuff. I mean, and it's like, you know, the math isn't there for a lot of things too. You know, what do I mean by that? What I mean is that financially, it's some of these things, it's a total loss. I mean, it's a big loss. It's a loser. It's a loser. You know what I'm saying? Financially wise, you know, rather than it being a gain financially. So I guess if it makes you feel good, okay, well, then go do it. Go and spend all this money to make yourself feel good. And that's what a lot of people do, you know. But getting emotional about financial decisions is never a wise thing to do. So, like I said, I'm neither for or against. I'm just like calling a spade here. You know, that's all I'm doing. For the most part, fossil fuel powers the electricity that charges the electric cars. Just saying. Yes, it does. It does. Yeah, electricity. We rely absolutely on fossil fuels to produce electricity. To, you know, coal we still use. You know, these are just all things. You know, but in the you know, the mainstream, you know. The masters are you know, spouting this all or nothing, you know, this all or nothing strategy, you know, that I think that's what, you know, really pisses off just a lot of people, you know, because it's not, you know, reality, you know. I mean, and if that's the reality that they want to create, okay, well, maybe I'll just, you know, like I said, I'll go back to the agrarian age, and I will just completely disconnect from everything. And that's what people are doing. People are saying, you know, well, screw you, and, you know, I'm just going to go and, you know, I'm going to live off the grid. And that's why a lot of people live off the grid. You know, they're like, they see what's going on, and they see, you know, that a lot of this propaganda is not about saving the planet. It's not about saving the earth. It's not about going really greener. It's actually, you know, there's control issues. There's financial reasons, meaning the follow the money thing that I talked about earlier. And so a lot of people are just like, you know, I'm done with this. You know, and they're going to go off the grid and do what they want to do, you know. That's one camp, not everybody, of course, but that's one camp of people that feel that way. You saw my solar system on our fifth wheel. That was just barely enough to keep up. It would be costly here at home. Sure, it would be. One gas station in Florence. Hey, Dave. Gas station in Florence, Oregon. Diesel went to $6.85. Wow. Yeah, I heard that they are rolling the pump meters. They're rolling them so they'll go to $10. Is what I just was the latest thing that I heard, which you know, I think that's pretty fascinating when I hear stuff like that. So, I mean, if they want to stop people from driving, if that's the grand conspiracy, well, I mean, that's going to eventually do it. Okay, that's going to eventually do it, and people aren't going to have a lot of money lying around to just go buy an electric vehicle. Okay, if that's the dream utopia that they have, the masses just aren't going to have. They're not going to be able to do that, you know, unless it's forced upon them or whatever. But if that's the case, and we're living in a 1984 George Orwell scenario, and a lot of people are just going to check out at that point. A lot of people are just going to check out at that point if that's the way things are going to go. Their level of participation is going to decline massively in the system. I mean, that's my theory on it. Like I said, I'm not for it. I'm not totally against it. You know, I'm just talking here reality. The big Tesla batteries in one or car, say emissions, gas vehicle running 8 years. Electric vehicles are mostly charged on coal. Yeah, there's some really fascinating videos out there on YouTube comparing electric vehicle to a fossil fuel vehicle and the carbon footprint, the batteries, you know, comparing each one. And you really, if you haven't watched those videos, you really should check them out because they are quite fascinating on some of the claims that are made about, you know, the green technology and all this, you know. And when you really get into it, some of the claims are not totally 100% true. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, so I'm not, and like I said, I'm not making an argument for it or against it. I'm just like, you know, just like being level here. Live like the Amish. Yes. Yeah, the Amish, you know. I could go join the Amish, you know, and if things are going to go like wild, stupid, like you hear all these conspiracies talking about, yeah, the Amish sounds like a pretty good little plan, little program they have going on there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I mean, all I know is that I have choices as long as I'm living here on this planet, and I'm going to exercise them to my full ability here. And nobody's going to, nobody's going to make me do something. I'm going to be a little pissed though if I can't buy gas for my Banshee though, and I can't buy any two-stroke oil and all that kind of stuff. That's going to really put a damper on things. But I don't know. Maybe in Saudi Arabia, where they've got sand dunes, and maybe they'll be like just full out, man. Like maybe I'll have to go move to Saudi Arabia or something like that. There's always going to be options, guys. I mean, it's a big planet, it's a big world out there, and there isn't crazy people everywhere, Just these people on the internet like me talking right now. Oh man, this is just nuts. Okay. Plus 25, 30,000 replaced batteries end of life. Yeah, you got this stuff for these costs, and yeah, my friend with the Tesla, I'm always fascinated with, curious to how long these vehicles are going to, what the operational life expectancy is of a lot of these, like the Teslas and the newer vehicles. I mean, my Dodge Ram over here, okay, my black Dodge Ram, that's a 1997 model year. And one of the, 1997 model, I've been maintaining it, and it's been still working great. And this is the thing that I always, this is my one big thing about environmental issues that I've always bickered about. And if people really cared about the environment, they would either walk, ride bicycles, or they would keep vehicles forever and just maintain them, and when stuff wore out they would replace them, because you're actually doing the earth the best thing by keeping something and maintaining it, because you're not going into the earth and extracting more minerals and materials from the earth. You're maintaining something that was already extracted, and you're just keeping it going, and that's how you conserve resources, okay? So that's my biggest argument, that I will always get up on a podium and scream from the rafters that if people were so hell-bent on the earth, they really would do one of those three things: walk, ride bicycles, or keep things forever and just maintain them and take good care of them. Of course, any of those things, none of those things are very popular. None of them are very popular. Of course, electric bicycles, that's another great thing too. That I think that's an awesome invention, probably one of the best inventions, electric bicycles. I mean, most countries, they get around, a lot of countries other than America, they get around on bicycles, and so electric bikes are definitely a great invention, for them. So, and for even, here in the U.S. too, I don't own an electric bike yet, but I am thinking about getting one. Dr. Silva has a great 11-minute video breaking down the green money grab. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is, it's always about the money. Okay. And so, another one, another exposed one is the whole recycling thing. You talk about a money grab, go watch some videos about the recycling scam. And it talks about plastic, and it's just the amount of money and carbon and fossil fuels that it takes to do recycling. It actually would be better if you just put it into the landfill, crushed it with a piece of heavy equipment, and put it in a landfill. I mean, there's videos out there, and the data's out there, the case studies are out there. Again, I'm not saying I'm against recycling. I'm just, trying to share the difference between fact and fiction. That's all. I'm not making a case for or against. It's just, we need to have these conversations, because a lot of people, they're actually, they think they're doing good, but they're actually doing harm. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really, I think, the thing that I'm most speaking about here, you know, getting educated. Anyways, I didn't want to turn this live stream into some kind of a. We've gotten off on some interesting topics here that are really super important. I guess it's good. I'm glad to have a discussion, talk to you guys about all this stuff. And again, I'm not an expert. Not an expert on any of this. I'm a common layman, just like probably most of my viewers. And these are just things that are on my mind when we talk about this. When we talk about these topics. Drive Toyotas last a long time. Yeah, when I was a kid, I drove Toyotas, and I wish I still owned my Toyotas. I mean, the Toyota 4Runner that I used to own, you guys probably saw that in previous old videos. I wish I still had that. You know, I mean, those Toyotas were made well. You know, and I'm definitely a big fan of, you know, owning things that are just good quality stuff, and you know, keep it, maintain it, take good care of it. You know, and there's another thing that trying to think of the word or the term that it's used, that stuff is not made, you know, like it's not made as good as it used to be. There's a word for it, and at this time I cannot remember the word. It's getting dark out here. Hang on a second, guys. I'll put the lights on. Good news, guys. Guess what? My buddy up the street is done. Is game over, man. Closing up shop up the street. Only the strong survive. Only the strong survive out here selling fireworks, guys. The weak will always be defeated. Okay, all right. Just had to say that. Anyways, talking about what I was talking about earlier, you know, stuff is made now. It's like just throwaway. We know we live in this throwaway society. A lot of cars, in my opinion, are like throwaway. I mean, you look at these new vehicles and they're like all plastic. That's why I still own my 97 Dodge Ram, because there's still a lot of metal on it, and you can fix things and bend things and tweak things and replace things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why all of this stuff that is old is actually it's increasing in value. You know what I'm saying? Because there's demand for it. People want it. They want to own an old bulldozer. They want to own an old truck. They want an old dirt bike from 1979, you know? And I feel like a complete idiot because I used to own all of these things and I sold them all. I wish I still owned all of my stuff I had. I mean, I had old trucks, Toyotas, dirt bikes, ATVs. I mean, I wish I still had all of it. But this is the part that's really hard, I think, to explain to younger people. You know, as you get older, you have more life experience, you have more wisdom, and things like corrections, things like inflation, you know, if you lived through the 1970s, you know, you experienced a lot of things. You experienced high inflation, you experienced gas shortages where there were only certain days of the year where you could buy gas. You know, it's like our grandparents from the Depression era. There's, you know, I remember my grandparents talking about, you know, the Depression, and well, you know, you have no idea what it's like. My grandma used to say to me, And she's right. I have no idea. You know, you can't just conceptualize that. And there's a lot of things that unless you've lived through it, you can't really express it. You know, and that's kind of why, you know, a lot of investors, you know, that invest for the long term, they do really well because they understand, you know, when there's a correction, and they understand the cycle of the market, and that tells them when to buy and when to sell. And that's how, as investors, you know, ultimately how you can, you know, do very good is knowing when to buy, knowing when to sell. Of course, no one can time the market, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Maybe an electric bike company will sponsor you if you give a review. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these, you know, reviews that people do, and on some of these bikes. Some of them I haven't been very impressed with, but yeah, it would be cool if I could find a bike with a company that I would like to put my name in front of it, beside it, behind it, and do a review or be promote it for a company. But it would have to be something decent. I would never want to like pitch something to you guys that I wouldn't want to personally use myself. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You want fireworks? I'm the only game in town right now. Cause I just put my put my buddies out of business up there. I'm just talking smack, guys. Just talking smack. Yeah, I just had an idea. If I put a spotlight up out here and shined it on my fireworks sign at nighttime. Yeah, I'm glad I'm talking to you guys about this, because like these are thoughts coming through my head as I'm experimenting with what I'm doing out here at this fireworks stand. Like, I mean, people want to. I mean, if I could get doing some business at night out here, that would be freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? So but people need to know that I'm here and that I'm open. But if I could get a big spotlight out here and shine it, I'm gonna look into that. Actually, you know what? I think I have one with me, but because I got power out here, like I got as much power as I want. So if I go buy some lights and fire them up out here at night, like that might help me. That might help me out a lot. What do you guys think? Jason, I'm really struggling about selling my house. If I sold now, I would get a good price, but if I hold on to it and the market goes down, I will have a lot of equity. Yeah, it's you know, your house is a place to live. First, and this is my opinion, your house is a place to live. First and foremost, okay? So you have to think about, you know, like my friend in Phoenix, what he told me was that he could sell it now for a good price, but where is he going to go? Where is he going to go next? And I know that's one of the problems right now in this market. If you sell your house, well, where are you going to go next? Okay, are you going to go move to a market where you could purchase a house of a lot lesser value that you would in your market? Then maybe that would be an incentive to sell. But if you're planning, you know, so that's one scenario that I think would be in favor of selling your property. So it depends on what your goal is, what your strategy is, what what your plan is. These are just thoughts I'm throwing at you, Jason. Okay, I'm gonna give you, I guess the other scenario is if you sell. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. My last house that I owned, I sold it in 2013. I bought it after the crash, but I only lived in it for a couple of years and then I sold it. Well, we had a humongous bull run in the market with real estate prices. I missed out. If I would have continued to hold on to that house, it would have grew a lot more wealth for me. So that's always a possibility. However, that's speculating. That's called speculation. But then again, I think that your principal residence, it's a place to live. A good strategy, another good strategy is to move every 5 years, because with the capital gains exemption, you can do it every 2 out of 5. No, you have to live in the house 2 out of 5 years. At 2 years at the minimum, 5 years the longest. But if you move every 5 years or less than that, you can take those capital gains tax-free. That's another great strategy to do. And a lot of people get wealthy doing that. However, if you're upside down on the house, and your house is a huge alligator, high interest rates, you don't want your house to bankrupt you. And so it may make sense to sell it in that regard so that you can get your financial foundation in order. Or another option is house hacking. A lot of people are doing very well with their primary residence right now, house hacking. And I've been quite jealous of some of them. Spencer Cornelia, he's been doing it in Las Vegas, and the guy's making a lot of money off house hacking. So that's another strategy to generate income for you with your personal residence if you're trying to make more money. House hacking. So those are a few ideas that I'll throw out there. You can also sell your house on owner financing or lease options. That's another way you can sell your house. If you owner finance it, you basically hold the note when you owner finance it. And so you have no landlording to do. And then you basically collect as big a down payment as you can from your buyer. And then you set up a note, you charge them interest, and you create a balloon payment after so many years. That's another good way to sell the house. And you can also negotiate the purchase price too. So those are some other strategies of selling it. But your house is a place to live. I've owned 2 houses in my life. I kind of wish I still owned my first house. But houses are a commodity. They're really not a quote-unquote investment because they don't put money in your pocket today. Yes, we would get almost full capital gains credit with this house. Okay, that's a real good thing. Because you have to look at you're being heavily tax incentivized to do that if you sell. So that's I would put that as a pro. Make a list of pros and cons. Okay, and the pros of selling, the pros of not selling, the cons of selling, the cons of not selling. You know what I'm saying? If you can make a substantial profit on it, I mean, you also have to really look at that too, because that isn't always the case in real estate. It's not the case at all. I mean, that's the part, in my opinion, where people get, you know, what has worked in real estate over this last decade. Okay, it doesn't mean that that's what the future is going to be. You know, the next 10 years, I mean, could be completely different. And I say that because that is what history has proved in the real estate markets. You know, and no one has a crystal ball, but if you could sell and make a profit, like, you also have to really, I think, acknowledge that, okay, that you can sell and make a great profit, you know, because of the events that have unfolded, you know, the unforeseen events that have unfolded, you know, that have caused prices to go up. So I think you also have to look at it from that light too. That's what always kind of gets me in real estate. You know, you listen to these gurus, you know, and they talk about how they made all this money and they did this and they did that. Okay, well, if we went back 20 years, those strategies that you did, they would not have worked. That's a fact. You always have to kind of, I think, look at it. That's, you know, that's the truth, but it's also being a little critical. Because a lot of people, they make things out to be, you know, but, so anyways, I'm just saying, just spitting out some truths here. We owe 145, and it's worth about 470. Okay, well that's good. That's a good gain. I don't know what. Okay, well, 470. So I don't know where you live. Okay, the other thing I haven't talked about is, you know, landlording. Okay, becoming a landlord. You know, if the property's in a good location and you do your homework and you have good solid contracts and you do a lot of research and study before you get involved in becoming a landlord, that can also be a real good profitable thing to do too. There's a YouTube channel out there called what is it, one house at a time, Michael Zuber, and he talks about, I think it's one house at a time. He talks about getting 4 rental properties is all you need to become financially free, financially independent. So I also would consider, consider becoming a landlord. However, it's not my favorite strategy or thing to do. However, depending on your goals, you could make that work. However, I personally am not a fan of being a landlord in some of these states like Oregon, Washington, California, with rent control, with tenants having basically more power than you do as the landlord. And I'm not a fan of owning being a landlord in any of those states. I just think it's a bad idea. And through this pandemic, we've also witnessed how a lot of landlords have been very, very taken advantage of in those states. And so that's kind of something you have to really consider. You're in Oregon. Okay, well then you can just completely ignore everything that I said about becoming a landlord in Oregon. That is not a state that I would be comfortable being a landlord in, because of just the laws. If you have a bad tenant, they can really make your life miserable in those states. Legally they can. And so I just don't think that that's a very good equitable thing. So when you are taking on all the risk as a landlord, providing good housing for people to live in, and having a whole bunch of rules that you have to follow to provide good housing, I think that you should be rewarded for that and not penalized for that. Kentucky is a cheap place to buy. Yeah, I haven't been looking totally, but yeah, it's, you know, here in the South, man. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity here. You know, if you're coming from like a very expensive state, such as California, Oregon, Washington, Arizona, you know, a lot of things here look very cheap, and so yeah, absolutely. And I kind of think that, you know, in this day and age we're living in right now with high prices of everything, there's a lot of things look really good here in the South and in the States. In these states here, they look very good. So if you're coming from those very expensive states. I cannot believe I haven't had a customer. It's Friday night, man. I mean, aren't people coming out buying fireworks on a Friday night? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, who just dropped a bomb out here? $10. Who just did that? Man, thank you very much. I'd like to find out who that was. Thank you very, very much. I guess I need to pull up the super chat. Oh, there we go. Jason D. Well, thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Thanks for brainstorming. Really torn. We love the house, but I don't want to miss an opportunity. Yeah. You know. Yeah, you're in Oregon. I don't know where in Oregon you live, but if you're in a good location, man, you know, you might really want to think long term. You know, hold it for the long term, man. But then again, I don't know what your goals are. You know what I'm saying? If you like the house and you like where you live, just keep it, man. Just keep it. You know, and if you're trying to make income, there's other ways to do that. You know, there's house hacking, Airbnb. Your home, your principal residence is a place to live. You know, it's not really, you know, an investment. You know, I don't own a house right now. I've missed out. I've missed out on a lot of equity that I could have had in this last decade. You know, I'm living the traveling, you know, lifestyle. I'm not paying any rent, you know. I mean, I guess I'm kind of doing it. I'm doing it a little bit differently. I haven't paid any rent for the last, I don't know, three plus years. I've paid zero property taxes. I paid zero rent. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just like, you know, but at the same time, I haven't capitalized any kind of equity or anything. But I would really think it through. You're in Oregon, which is a desirable state, you know, to live, and real estate prices are generally going to be appreciating and increasing in value, you know, in those west, you know, coast states. Okay, I'm speaking in terms of appreciation. So there's nothing wrong with holding on to it, and there's nothing wrong with making a profit on it. I like the fact that you only owe. I like the fact you only owe $145 and it's worth $470. So, you know, you stand to make a considerable profit. So that's a good thing. Because I'm repeating myself, but in history it hasn't always been like that. To make those kind of gains, it's taken decades to get those kind of gains. I don't know how long you've owned the house, but you have to factor in all of these things, in my opinion. So just because what we've been witnessing happen in the market doesn't mean it's always going to be like this. Okay, that's a fact. So house hacking, what? They don't make any more dirt. Living a free life is attractive. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, just not being tied down and that kind of a thing, and having the burdens that you would, having a mortgage, paying property taxes. You know, when you own a home, I mean, you know, you you don't really technically own it. I mean, the government owns it via the form of taxes, property taxes. You stop paying your property taxes, wait and see what happens. Your property is going to go to auction, okay? So, anyways, pros and cons. There's pros and cons to everything. There's pros to what I'm doing right now. There are cons to what I'm doing right now. My biggest expense I have right now is fuel, okay? I don't know if I've shared this, but from the time I left Arizona to when I showed up here, I spent almost $1,500 in diesel. $1,500 in diesel. It's not that much money. To some it would be a lot, but I got to see a lot of stuff. I got to experience a lot of things. If I owned a house, you know, I can't just pick up the house and move it and go take it somewhere else. So there's pros and cons to everything. You know, a house, generally speaking, is a huge liability for most people. It's a big liability. A house shows up on a banker's balance sheet as their asset, not yours. What's the asset? It's the mortgage. The mortgage is the asset for the bank. The house is the liability for you. That's a fact, okay? You know, I'm not saying, you know, you shouldn't buy a house. I'm just saying that this is real talk, and you know, use the correct language when you are talking about things. I feel lockdowns and mandates might be coming again to the coastal states in the winter after midterm elections. Yeah, you know, it's anybody's guess, but I think that in the future, what we all saw was a preview or a coming attraction of, we all got to see how everybody handled things. And so in the future, if there's ever a crisis or something, you know, we saw a preview of kind of what's to come. So if you don't like lockdowns and you don't like mandates and you don't like having somebody down your throat, okay, telling you what you can and cannot do, or what you will do and what you will not do, then you may want to compile a list of states that did not have mandates, that did not have lockdowns. You may want to kind of consider, you know, moving to one of those states. Or if you liked lockdowns and you liked mandates, then you may want to consider moving to states that had lots of lockdowns and lots of mandates. You know, it's a free country. It's up to you what you want to do, you know. When I was in Oregon, getting on my little soapbox, you know, I was getting just a little frustrated with, you know, with everything, you know, with as far as just a lot of the restrictions and you know, whatever, you know, I'm not going to get into that. I'll get canceled off the internet here if I say anything. So everybody needs to do what they need to do. Future homes will be on wheels. Oh, I don't know about that. There's always going to be houses, and you know, Again, you know, pros and cons. You know, I lived with my friend in Phoenix for 2 months, and I tell you what, having a nice shower every night with unlimited water, and that was pretty nice, guys. And then the other, you know, going and working at work. I was running and walking every day, and I would get sweaty, and I'd go take a shower. And I don't know, man. You know, with the RV, it's a little more difficult to do that. So there are pros and cons to everything. See what time it is out here. So it's wow, 9. It's 10:18. That's amazing. 10:30, and I've been going, okay. So I'll go for a little bit more longer here, but kind of surprised this live stream really went. It went from going nowhere in the beginning to going somewhere. It seems like. So, I think that was a song. Was that a Grateful Dead? Was that a Grateful Dead song? Going to hell in a bucket, something like that. I'm going to hell in a bucket, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. How's for all you Deadhead fans out there? Truth Hunter knows the truth. Yes, Truth Hunter does know the truth. He's got a good channel. He puts out a lot of very interesting content. And he's also lived in a lot of states. Very fascinated with the places that he's lived and the content that he's captured in the places that he's lived. And it's quite fascinating. So I hope that he, I don't know where he's going next. I don't know where he's moving next. He's always moving somewhere else. You guys should go check out his channel, Truth Hunter. Bob Wells, we got tiny houses. We got Crossing California off the list. 918 East Texas. Can you drink on the job there? Yes, you can drink. I'm drinking right now on the job. Pulling an all-nighter here tonight, guys, but still not getting anybody to drive in. I guess I need some more lighting out here. I need some better lights out here. You got Dakota. Dakota, huh? Going to the Dakotas? Yeah, South Dakota, man, is. I think South Dakota is. I really like South Dakota a lot. I like their taxes in South Dakota. Very reasonable sales taxes. No state income, personal state income tax. Very clean, good roads. I think South Dakota is a fantastic state. I also like the way that they handled things during the crisis that happened. You know, cold in the wintertime. Fairly reasonably priced real estate. And it's beautiful there. South Dakota is a beautiful state. I need to work. That's why I'm going to North Dakota in July. Oh, you're going to North Dakota. Okay. Cool. Somebody's got to want some fireworks tonight. Somebody's got to want some fireworks. Yeah, another channel out there who's got, he's got some good content. Is I'm gonna give him a shout out. I don't normally give shout outs, and I don't watch his channel all the time. It's Inspirational Nomad. Inspirational Nomad. He just bought a home base, and I know he's been, just kind of talking a lot about, buying a home base, and that's kind of another channel you might want to check out. He's probably doing a live stream right now. He live streams every single day, maybe twice, a couple times a day, man. He's on it. He's on his game. Need to work. Wife is mad about moving. Wife is mad about moving there, but I'm having a hard time finding work. Okay. Well, that is important. You need to live. You need to live somewhere where there is work. That's very, very important. Yes, that is very important. That's why I lived in Portland, Oregon for 2.5 years, and I worked as a truck driver, because that was where the work was that I was wanting to do, and so I had to live there for a couple of years and endure living in Portland. So good night, Cajun. Thanks for watching and participating in the live stream tonight, man. I appreciate it. Take care. Have a good night. Love to light some up. Yep, I hear you. Well, 300 feet away, man, you can fire one off right up here. Around my area, fireworks sales don't pick up till second or third. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of told to here. But at least, right now I'm showing everybody that that I'm serious and I'm here and I'm ready to do business, and I'm wanting people to take me serious out here. So I'm not just some fly-by-night guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's what I'm saying in my head. That's my justification for being out here right now. My person up the road up here shuts down. Well, I'm still open. I'm showing everybody that, I'm the real deal out here. The real deal. Okay? You want to come down and buy some fireworks? I'm open. I'm the one you want to talk to. All right, talking some smack again. We got Steve Powelson. How you doing? Selling a lot of fireworks? No, Steve. I'm doing great, but I'm not selling a lot of fireworks at the moment. Being totally transparent here. I wish I could tell you that I sold out, but no. I wish I could stroke my ego and say, yeah, I'm just crushing it out here. I'm just killing it out here. But I'm not. And it's not me, I don't think it's me. I got the beard, I don't know. I got the Hawaiian shirt. What else can I be doing out here, Okay, you worked hard during the Portland 2 years. I did. I worked a lot of hours, sacrificed a lot. I delivered thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons of happily delivered thousands and thousands of gallons of fossil fuel. I hate that word, fossil fuel. But yeah, it was good. I can always go back if I want. I can always go do that again if I want. I made a lot of money. I saved a lot of money. But it's nice to be doing something different right now. And it's nice to be, having some more control over my time. You will be super busy come July. Yes, I really think I will. So, like I said, I'm just letting everybody know that I'm here. I think a lot of the real players out there, you know, they're just kind of testing me out right now. Yeah, I'll see how this guy is, you know. See if he's still around by the second or third, you know. I'll still be here. You're gonna do fine. Did you post fireworks Facebook? No, I haven't done Facebook yet. I think tomorrow I'll look at that. But I did post an ad on Craigslist today. So per my buddy RV Bandwagon, you know, I'm just trying to keep up with him, man. He's kicking my ass right now. So he's kicking my ass with sales right now. Well, he's been open longer than me. And he's got window painting. And he's got a stormtrooper. And, you know, I'm just trying to keep up with my buddy here. So. You know, you keep up, man. You go big or you go home. Clint, hey brother, what's going on, Clint? West Coast Killer Day riding in Florence. Oh, of course you got to rub it in. Of course you got to rub it in, Clint. Man, that really pisses me off. Pisses me off because I'm not out there riding. I'd love to be riding there right now, man. I really would. I really would. I really would love to be riding right now, I tell you, man. Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad that you're out there riding and you're enjoying it, and I'm glad it was a beautiful killer day out there. But thanks for rubbing it in, coming on the live stream, rubbing it in. Let's see, we got. It's good to hear from you, Clint. Glad. Hope all is going well for you, and I hope you've moved into your cabin. I hope you're living in your cabin there, and you're off of the boat right now. Hopefully you got a nice little you're shacked up in your cabin out there right now. I hope that's the case, man. Join local groups and post there. Yeah. I'm gonna look into doing that tomorrow. So. You know, I might as well just pull out all the stops, okay? I'm gonna pull out all the stops. We're not holding back for nothing, man. We're gonna play full out with this. So, gonna get the word out. You know, not gonna be a little chicken out. Not gonna be a little bitch out here. You know. Steve, have you been through Colorado Springs? I moved from Bend, Oregon to Colorado last year. No, I have not. I have actually never in my life been to Colorado. I embarrassingly admit that, but I have not been to Colorado. So one of these days I will. Maybe on the return trip, if I go west, I will go through Colorado. And we got Marky Mark. Are you ever going back to truck camper living? Yeah, I talked about that on a live stream the other night. And basically what I told everybody is I'd like to keep, as of right now, I'd like to keep this fifth wheel because it's such a great older fifth wheel and it's just solid. And you can't buy fifth wheels like this one anymore. They don't build them like this anymore. I'd like to keep this one and buy another truck camper. So kind of thinking at this point, that's what I'm going to do. This is just a really good fifth wheel. And it works beautifully for what I'm doing right now. But if I ever, to be more traveling and be on the road, I would rather have a truck camper and an enclosed trailer that I would set up as my garage and my toy hauler. And then, you know, live in the truck camper, live out of the truck camper, is ultimately what I'd like to do for more of a traveling platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of these other guys are doing, you know, enigmatic nomadics. You know, going to more of a rig like that. You know, something shorter, something smaller. Did you answer the test Fire's question on what you get miles per gallon on pulling your fifth wheel, I'd also like to know. And hang on one second. Oh, I thought I had a fireworks bandit coming up on my ass here. No. Probably somebody watching the live stream. Let me see here. What did so you were asking so your question here. Oh, you're asking miles per gallon, yeah. About anywhere between 12 and 14 miles per gallon is what I've been getting. Somewhere between 12 and 14. Which is not bad. I've also been putting some additives in the tank. I've been putting some Marvel mystery oil in the tank at each fill up, and that does help me get better gas mileage. You know, a couple miles to the gallon more. Truck camping is how I found this channel. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, truck camping is how I got started back in the day with a Northern Light truck camper that I bought used, but it was brand new. It had never been used, never been lived in or anything. That's how I got started, and then ended up selling that and getting into this fifth wheel, which it has met my needs. Met my needs nicely since that point. But I really do like the fifth wheel a lot. However, a truck camper would be so much better for just traveling and exploring and getting out and doing more things. It's just so much easier to maneuver and get around. But the truck, it handles the fifth wheel very well, you know. So pros and cons to everything. Got, oh my gosh, I love my Arctic Fox 865. Mary, you have you have the bomb, truck camper rig setup, I think. You have the F450 with the truck camper, and yeah, you have the bomb. I'm very jealous of what you have. I mean, I'm happy for you, but it's great. You got the bomb truck camper. You got the bomb setup. And anybody who's looking, at a truck camper, you should go check out Mary and her truck camper. She's got a really, really nice setup. Trucks cost way too much now. Keep your truck as long as possible. Yeah, that's been my my thinking. You know, that's been my thinking. I mean, I would like. I mean, if I could, I could go buy a newer truck right now if I wanted to. I mean, I just have chosen not to because I would rather invest that capital into other things, not depreciating assets. That's really my position and stance with, why I don't have a new truck. But there's that. The other side is I really like the truck that I have, and it's a classic, and I actually would like to keep this truck, forever. I would like to just hang on to it because it's, in my opinion, it's kind of like owning gold or silver. I mean, they don't make these trucks anymore, and they're just continuing to increase in value, So I really like the Fords, with the 6.7, like a 2015 and newer. But they've got DEF and you know, that's the part I love about mine. It doesn't use any DEF, you know, which is an additional expense and an additional liability because of the problems, that repair issues that you can have with that technology. I don't have, you know, I mean, what I have is about as simple as you can get. It's all mechanical, and it's been very, very reliable for me. But it would be nice to own a newer truck when the time, I think for me, you know, financially, it makes sense to do that. I'd love to own a truck like Mary has, an F450. That would be my, you know, dream truck to own. Something with a long bed, 4 doors, 2 or 4-wheel drive. But the F450 just has the, you know, highest payload capacity, and I would be good, you know, forever with a truck like that. As far as with a truck camper goes, you know, if I'm going to stay with a 5th wheel setup, and a 350 would be adequate, because it's all just pulling power. But with the truck camper, the 450 gives you that higher payload, so that you will always be under, you know, your payload with whatever size truck camper you choose, whatever size and weight truck camper. Still own a Banshee, Mark? Do you still own a Banshee? Yes, I still own my Banshee. I'm never getting rid of my Banshee. This is my 5th Banshee that I've owned, and I wish I still had all my other ones that I own. Stupid getting rid of them, but I still got my Banshee, and I'm never getting rid of my Banshee. I'm never getting rid of my Banshee. Those things have just, the popularity of that machine has just taken off in recent years. And they're very, 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 very popular. But no, I have no plans on getting rid of the Banshee. I have it in storage at a friend's house in Oregon. What kind of job did you have in your former life as a house owner? As a house owner, I was a maintenance guy. I was a maintenance worker for a municipality in Washington, and I did that for a number of years. I was a UPS driver. Well, that's going back, like, you know, before. I've had a few different careers. I worked at Boeing for a year building airplanes when I got out of high school. I worked on the 747 line, on the lower lobe of the 747 in manufacturing. I was an assembler installer. Worked at Boeing for a year, construction. I was an equipment operator for a couple of years, heavy equipment operator for a couple of years. So yeah, I've had a few different careers. I was like I said, I was UPS driver for a little bit. Now I'm selling fireworks. Truck driver, did that for a few years. Ran my own handyman and property maintenance business. Did that for a few years in Florence. I had a lot of fun with that, and I really enjoyed it. I've always, you know, it's probably been working for myself has always been my favorite that I've always done. Being self-employed, you know. However, it's hard. It's hard. Being self-employed is hard. It's not, you know, it's not for the faint of heart. Anyways, getting into talking about that stuff. But it's probably been being self-employed has been the most rewarding out of all of the work that I've done. most of the other work that I've done, you know, I mean, it was, when I look back on it, it was mostly like just, it was mostly just about the money, you know what I'm saying? Being self-employed, you know, it's really about solving problems for people, you know, and serving other people. So, I have a 2001 Dodge Ram Cummins with a 2001 Sunnybrook travel trailer. I prefer a fifth wheel, but this is a great trailer. Well built with an aluminum frame. Won't ever let go of it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for full timing, the fifth wheel is great. You know, I'm a big proponent or advocate of a fifth wheel for full timing. And really, just they work really well. But yeah, the bumper pulls and stuff like that are great. If you have an aluminum frame one, that's even better. So the people that I bought this from, Wayne and Vicky, they used to own this fifth wheel, and they now have a bumper pull trailer that they really like, and that's what they use. It's a small one. I think it's about 24 feet long. Oh, the turning radius on the F450, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons to go with an F450. You get the turning radius, and yeah, I mean, it's probably the last truck that you'll need to own unless you want to just get upgraded, or when things wear out, just replace it with a new one. It's nice owning a truck that you're not like overloading it or running it to its maximum capacity with the braking, power, transmission, suspension. It's actually seems to be pretty visible out here with lighting. Friday night live stream. Yeah, this is the first commission gig that I think I've ever really done. So it's I think I talked about this on the stream another night ago, but this is a situation where you're working for profits and not wages. You're not selling your time. You're working for commission. And so, like, I own my time, and it's up to me to decide how I use it, how I use my time. And so that's like a cool thing, like with what I'm doing right now. And of course, I'm doing personal things on this live stream right now, but if I was on an hourly wage job, I wouldn't be doing this right now. So anyways, I should be making sales though right now. So that's the irony of it, okay? That sounds all great, Dalton, but aren't you supposed to be making some sales? Yes. I gotta throw that in there. But there's been some frustrations though, you know. I mean, it's like I've had to do some things like on my own time that, like, I'm you know, I'm really working, but like I'm not, you know, the things that I'm doing are not, I'm not making a profit on, you know what I'm saying, by just some logistical things. And so that's kind of the part that kind of, it's a little sucky, you know. But then again, it's like you're making this, you know, it's the business owner mindset. You're making this large, you're making, you know, you're investing, you're making this big investment for this big return, okay? And that's really all I'm doing out here with my time and with my resources. It's like the gambler that goes to Vegas, you know, and either wins big or loses big. No, it's not totally like that. It's close, but I had a friend of mine that texted me. She called me either a gambler or a gypsy, one of the two. And yes, I would say I'm a little bit of both. I'm a little bit of a gypsy and a little bit of a gambler, sure. You only live once, you know. Might as well live it up. You know, might as well take some chances. I mean, oh, don't even get me started on that. It's like when you wake up and realize, you know, the way things are skewed, and I mean, you have to take chances, you know. I mean, the old advice that we got from our parents, and where our parents was given, you know, it's some of the worst advice today, but we're really forced. We're all kind of our, you know, like little independent contractors now, you know, and we, you know, in a lot of ways, you know, so. How are you going to pee when the rush comes? I'm going to hold it. That's what I'm going to do, PK. I'm going to hold it in. No, I do have a porta potty on the other side of the tent, which is like totally convenient, and it's super, super nice to have out here because I've used it a few times. Because I don't have a full sewer hookup where I'm at right now. I drive by and get some sparklers, but it's a little late in the evening to drive there. Maybe Northern California, maybe tomorrow morning. Okay. Alrighty, well, metal to the pedal. Metal to the pedal. Be out here like Dumb and Dumber, you know, on your little scooter riding all the way out here. Just make sure you go the right direction. Make sure you go east and not west. Elena, hey, there you are, Elena. Do you get to park your RV there for free and use electric? Yes, I have a full 50 amp of electricity right now. I also have access to city water that I can fill my freshwater tank up with. So I'm all set up. You know, I'm living large. You know, living large in my crib here, my fifth wheel crib. Yep, and I've got no neighbors. I got no neighbors here. It's great. I can make as much noise as I want, and I can like the Kiss song, I can rock and roll. I can party all night and rock and roll all day. So it's great, man. I got no curfew out here. It's actually the ultimate. It's the ultimate thing what I got going on out here. And I got the potential to make like an enormous amount of money while I'm here. So, I mean, what better situation could I ask for? What do you guys think? You guys think I'm totally nuts? Is that what you think? You guys think I'm totally nuts. I know that's what it is. Is your stand viable from the road? Yeah, that's kind of one issue that's like, I have an obstruction over here. Okay, like, you see that big shed, the big cover? That's an obstruction and a little playhouse. And then over here behind me, I got this car dealer. There's a car dealer. So it's not really the best, okay? That's why I need to get some, some signs and some bigger open signs. And I have signs out here, like you see those big banners that are attached to that fence. Those are my signs saying open and fireworks, but I really need to get some more signage. But we'll see. We'll see. I keep telling my people to bring a couple more signs out. The thing though is that these other stands, we're all carrying different products, is my understanding. What I've got, they don't have, meaning the brands. So that's kind of the differentiation of the firework business here. We're all selling different brands. So some people are brand loyal, to whatever they like. I had one guy that came in yesterday, and he's like, well, I don't really, I'm not a big fan of this thing I've got. And he was talking about these other brands, And to me, I'm like, hey man, it all lights the same. It all goes up, boom. Okay, that was supposed to be a joke. All money is the color green, right? Something like that. You need a sign to swing around while you dance on the side of the road. Well, that would help a lot. And at this point in the game, I would be willing to do that. It reminds me of the oil change places. When they're slow, the crew is usually out there in the street, waving a sign at for them people to come in. They're doing a little bit of marketing, doing a little bit of marketing there. Gypsies will steal your wallet. Yeah, there's all kinds of gypsies out there. Just a joke. There are no jokes on this live stream. You know that. We're being all serious tonight on this live stream. There's no joking around. Okay? There's a lot of aircraft flying around out here. There's an airport, I think, pretty close to where I'm at. But there's definitely a lot of planes flying in the air. A lot of unidentified aircraft flying in the air also, I've noticed. Yep. I am a little concerned about being abducted by aliens out here, if you're wondering. So. I understand they like fireworks. They like fireworks and people who wear Hawaiian shirts. Hey, it's the RV Bandwagon. I got one coming at you right about now. Can you put a banner on that red and white fence thing? Red and white fence thing. Well, I got like 3 of them out here zip tied to this fence, but what I wanted to do is hang an open sign up here on the corner of my tent, so that when people are driving by, they'll see the sign says open. So that's going to tell people that I'm open. Yeah, I really need to do something out here to try to get attention, eyeballs. These things right here. Marketing 101. It's all about getting eyeballs, and in this situation, the more eyeballs I can get over here, the more sales I'm gonna get. So, and right now, you know, I'm not happy with my signs. So I may have to take personal action on that and do something about it. So I know this has been asked before, but if you had another choice for a different truck camper, would you do different? Yes, I definitely would do different. I would probably get a Lance. And the reason I say that is because Lance built truck campers with an interior ceiling height of 6'10", and I would want to own one of those models. Or North Star. North Star is another brand, and they're made, I think, in Iowa. I should have stopped by and toured their factory. And they build some tall, hard-sided truck campers. But those would really be my choices. And the main reason for those brands specifically is because they build a tall, hard-sided floor plan. They're a couple of the only manufacturers that do. You're welcome. You know, now, if you're looking for a pop-up truck camper, so there are other brands out there that do build some tall units. There's some really cool, I really like some of these overlanding truck camper companies, and there's quite a few new companies that have come forth, and they're building some really awesome, four-wheel camper builds one that's pretty cool. And they're also building truck campers now that are, you remove the bed, okay, and they're flatbed. That's it, flatbed type truck campers that are built for a flatbed. And so those are really awesome too. And so with those setups, those are not really a slide-in unit. They're more of like a, you know, you permanently fixate it to the truck. Thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. Really going the distance tonight, almost 3 hours. Got 36% left on my Samsung phone here, doing this live stream. $6'7". Okay, wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm looking for like a minimum 6'9", 6'10", and through the research that I've done, I really like the 2005 model year Lances, and they had a few floor plans during that year where they were made with 6'10" inside, 9-foot campers and 10-foot campers. But you know, if I had it my way, I would go with like an F450 with a Lance 1191 or an 1181 with a side entry door. That would be what I would choose. A truck camper with a side entry door, so that when I'm towing a trailer, I don't have to deal with the entering and exiting the truck camper from the rear, and because I would have the hitch to deal with. So, yep, it would be in a Lance 1181 or 91 or maybe a 61. So, yep, go big or go home truck camper. How do you like the city where you are at? Anything interesting to explore? Yeah, it's how do I like where I'm at? Yeah, it's the driving around here is a little crazy. And just, you know, everybody's kind of speeding around, and it's a little crazy driving around here, like just going to the store and that kind of a thing, you know. But the people are really, really friendly here, and it's been different. It's been different, definitely, from what I'm used to. And so, you know, the people are real friendly here, very, very friendly. You know, joking around, and you know, you get some of that, you know, the southern culture here. You know, everybody's real friendly, and but when it comes to driving, it's what's that saying? Move the hell out of the way. I don't know. Step on it, or more move right, something like that. They don't drive as fast here as they do in Arizona, but they're moving at a pretty good pace. As far as new and interesting to explore, okay, yeah, there is. I'm glad that you brought that up, and I'm glad I just remembered it. Fort Knox. I drove by Fort Knox. I got to see with my eyes Fort Knox. Guys, that was really cool. I didn't get to take any video or anything, but yeah, I got to see. I drove by Fort Knox. Like that was pretty. That was pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. That actually was really exciting. That's where all the gold is supposed to be. So, Fort Knox. Oh, my friend has a side entry lance. Yeah, they're really nice. Looking at your location on Google Earth, I'd say you really are tucked back off the road. Your signs are not really visible in a way that attracts attention. Yeah, it's, you know, it's, well, we'll see, man. It's the people that I'm with. They tell me I'm going to sell out, like a couple times, because this is the thing. In Louisville, they can't buy the kind of fireworks that I'm selling here. Like, it's illegal. So everybody comes out here from the city, and they buy what we have out here, because we're selling the good stuff. So that's really the draw, the unique selling proposition. So $85 or get out of the way. That's Texas. Yeah, I hear that. Well, yeah, I mean, I hear that people in Texas are really, you know, they're a little aggressive, is from what I hear. So, and I drove into Texas a little bit, and I got to experience a little bit. But they want to, like, drive up right on your ass. So you either get off, you either pull on the shoulder or let them pass you, or, you know, whatever, man. But you know, I like people in Arizona, because, like, in Arizona, I mean, they freaking haul ass, and it's like, in Arizona, man, they just pass your ass. Like, they don't like ride your ass in Arizona. They'll just pass you. They'll be like, okay, bye, I'm out of here, man. You know, but yeah, it seems like in Texas they just want to, like, ride your ass until, like, you get off the road or whatever, you know. Which I don't know if I'm gonna like that game. That's a game I'm not gonna like playing. You know what I'm saying? But everywhere's different, you know. $85 or get out of the way. Well, yeah, that's the other thing too, man. Like, in Texas, man, you guys got, like, them 85-mile-an-hour speed limits, and, like, okay, well, if posted is 85, well, then everybody's doing at least 95 or 100. I mean, my truck won't even go that fast. So I don't even know how I'm going to keep up with you boys and girls out there. You Texans. Gonna need a Dodge Charger with a 6-pack and a 440 to keep up with all you guys in Texas. I'm gonna need the General Lee. That's what I'm gonna need in Texas. I'm gonna need to get a General Lee is what I'm gonna need. The 69 Dodge Charger. Suicide doors. The Duke boys. Yeah, so this old boy rolled up a picture I took on my community post. This old boy rolled up, man, and I swear, I mean, this guy could have been one of the cast members off of the Dukes of Hazzard show. And he reminded me of somebody, but really cool guy. I talked to him for a while, and yeah, he had this Dodge truck with, you know, the General Lee sticker and the 01 going on, and it was cool, man. It was cool. It was a southern moment. You know what I'm saying? Alrighty, so and there is the crazy Florida man kind of driver coming from Minnesota. Took me some time to get used to. Yeah, I hear Florida drivers are pretty nuts. I gotta run you off the road. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah. Well, I had a truck driver that ran me off the road in Texas, and I mean, what a jerk. It was a passing lane, and the passing lane was ending where the lanes were going from 2 back into 1 lane, and the guy just, you know, tried to pass me at the very freaking end, and it's just no excuses for that. You know, there's no reason to do that, you know. All the joys of pulling an RV around, you know. The crazy ass, you know, passing, and, you know, almost, you know, head-on passing. And, I mean, there's some really crazy ass people out there, you know. There's people out there that, like, they're passing, you know, and potentially causing a head-on collision, you know. I mean, there's a time to pass, and there is a time not to pass. And the judgment there, wow, I mean, really sucks with a lot of people. Really piss poor judging of when to pass. It's like, I mean, we're talking dumbass level, I mean, passing. Like, a professional race car driver wouldn't pass at the time these people are passing. There's so much being risked at stake, you know, in some of these passing maneuvers. Wow, guys, we're doing 3 hours. It's amazing. And coming up here on, yeah, it's 11 o'clock right now. That's freaking amazing. Yeah, probably gonna be closing it down here pretty soon, guys. I thought I would, you know, stir a crowd out here, and between the live stream going and my Hawaiian shirt, I thought I would draw a crowd in, but it's just not working. It's not working tonight. I got you guys here, so that's what matters. Oh, that's not a good idea. Yeah, wow, it's 11 o'clock. I'm not sure where I'm getting, I don't know where I'm getting all this energy from. I took it, I guess it's that little energy drink I took at the beginning of this live stream. I guess I need to stock up on that product because it really works. I got massive energy here. You set your own hours. Yes, I set my own hours. Do you... Got a couple of people walking out there on the road. Got to keep an eye on that. Or do you have to open at a certain time? No, I don't have to open at a certain time. I open whenever I want. No sales. Maximum insanity. This is for all you freaks out there. Shepherdsville, Kentucky. The Wolfman 82. I had to keep my eye on a couple of them dudes out there, so I was wondering if they were going to be walking in this way. But they kept on walking. Now, if I could just light off some fireworks right now, that would like be the over the top for this live stream. Over the top. I would get like a Golden Globe award or something like that, I think, if I did that. That would be a nice finish to this live stream if I could do that. Thought I would have at least somebody here, but oh well. We'll get some activity. Never mind, you're 2 hours ahead. Yeah, it is 11:15 right now, my time. So time to get the party started. Get the party started quickly. I'm ready for a party. We just need I need some people out here. This is a party all by myself out here. It's like, I told you I was going to make a fool out of myself out here tonight. I think I've accomplished that. I got an audience. I got you guys. RV Bandwagon, you still out there watching? Just don't set off the fireworks near to the tent. Thanks for the reminder, Jake. Yes, thank you for the reminder. 300 feet. 300 feet I got 300 feet to work with. So What time you close? It's late. I'm pretty much about closed right now, but I have to do take a couple necessary precautions to close things up for the night. But I would say that I'm pretty much closed right now. Kentucky, let's go to Florida. There's a lot of, just a lot of shopping here, and there's a lot of fast food, like fast food up the wazoo. I mean, it's anything and everything you could imagine is here. Yeah, it's a little crazy though, getting in and out of the parking lots, and it's a little crazy here. You're going to be there in 3 weeks, huh? You know, where are you going to be? Florida? Here's what the lighting is. The lighting's like in here. Stand up a little bit. Maybe the lighting is a little bit better here. Get you a different viewpoint here of the tent. Okay, Steve, have a good night. Thanks for watching. It's much different than the West Coast. What, being here in Kentucky? Florida? You're going to Florida, huh? It's going to be hot and humid in Florida. Why the hell you want to go to Florida? Just when I decide to close down, I'll probably get somebody to roll up. This water I just grabbed out of my cooler is like ice. It's totally frozen because I took it from the oh yeah, I took it from the bottom of my cooler, and so it's like it's totally iced up right now. It's very, very refreshing. Yeah, not much activity for a Friday night here. Much activity. Firecrackers, anyone? Think of black cats here. You guys ever heard from Burger Planet? Is he still out there making videos? I remember him a few years ago. and he was just hilarious. It really pissed off a lot of people. He was at the RTR doing live streams a few years ago, back when live streams were not really a thing yet, and he was like doubling down on them. Let's see, Jay. I used to live in Florida. I could set my watch by the rain every day, like clockwork. It would rain at 2 p.m. on the dot. Was weird and humid. That was years ago. I don't know what it's like now. Yeah, I have relatives that live in Florida, in the kind of central part of Florida, and they just said that during the summertime it rains every day. They get a lot of rain, and it's hot. But you know, coming from Arizona, where I was, you know, it's like, you know, it's hot as heydays. It doesn't rain. You know, it's that rain kind of, I don't know. It kind of breaks it up a little bit, I would think. But I don't know. They don't really like it very much there in the summertime. It's just it's really hot. You know, I mean, Kentucky here, it gets muggy. I mean, it gets into the 90s, you know, and humidity. But in Florida, like, whew, it's hot. During the summertime, it's hot and humid, but Florida has beaches and hot chicas. Berger was going into people's camps and filming live. Many were very upset with him. Yeah, I remember that, because I'm laughing because, you know, here we go. The police department driving by, which I'm really happy to see that they're here, checking on things. Happy to see that. So yeah, with Berger, yeah, a couple years ago, it was, I just remember, like, I was in courtside when all of that was going on, and I was like watching the live streams. It was extremely, from a consumer viewpoint, it was extremely entertaining, but it was just, it was nuts. It was nuts, and yeah, and he pissed a lot of people off. But it was just like, it was this new thing, you know, live streaming, and that was at a time when live streaming was not popular at all. A lot of people didn't want to do it. It was like, live streaming, you know, like, what is that? We want to keep making videos. We're not going to do any of this live streaming, you know. It's like, that's kind of how it was back then. And well, he was all in with it. And so, anyways, I brought him up because I remember I remember very vividly all of the things going on. So, yeah, there were some really wild karaoke parties, and between the noise, all the noise stuff going on with the RTR, and I was not camped there while all that stuff was going on, but yeah, it's pretty amazing, you know. I guess it's kind of like high school again, you know, reliving high school again. You got, you know, the cliques, and you got this group over here and this group over here, and you know, but yet we're all in here together doing doing our own things here, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, you know, but it was cool though. I think it was totally awesome in that regard, that everybody was there, everybody was doing their own thing. I mean, that's like the American way, isn't it? I mean, everybody's, you know, doing what they want to do, you know. I mean, as long as nobody's like, you know, killing each other or hurting each other, you know, physically. I think there was definitely some pain felt mentally and emotionally and spiritually. But You were there. Okay, yeah. Well, I was. I think I was there. I think I was kind of, in towards courtside a little bit more. I wasn't in the the firing zone there. We have the music. Oh, the music section. Yeah, that was cool, man. It was flipping awesome. I remember watching the karaoke's going on, and it got crazy, because certain people were getting pissed off, it was a spectacle, and it was all on YouTube, and everybody was watching it, and it was a free for all, it was literally like a free for all, and that's what got it kind of banned or whatever, but. Good night, Wolfman. Have a good night. I'm going to be signing off here pretty soon too, because when the police roll up, that's a sign it's probably time to shut it down. They're probably watching me on YouTube right now. So. And the people who owned the karaoke equipment was from Chicago. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it was. Those were some really fun times back then, and I think it seems that it's kind of spun off into different groups now doing things, but in sort of a silent, undercover way. We're trying not to draw too much attention, but blend in at the same time. That's kind of what it seems to what has happened now. It's like we're doing a get together, but we're not. But just blend in and don't say anything. If anybody asks, just tell them I'm just out here camping, okay? Just enjoying my free 14 days. That's how it seems things have kind of matured into. Yeah, I'm going to go till the half hour mark, and then I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to end the stream at the half hour mark. Oh, thank God for water. Thank God for water and fans. And 3 foot. Is that a 3 foot fan or a 4 foot fan? That's I think I've got at least that's like a 4 foot fan I have. So yeah, that's definitely must needed out here. I agree. It takes a few to ruin it for everyone. Yeah, it usually does. Dalton, have you noticed more campgrounds closing? I've really been out of the camping circuit, for a couple of years, and so I really don't know. I really haven't, I can't really have a good observation on that. I hear a lot of things, but at the same time, as I've been out traveling around, I also see a lot of people camping. So I think in certain areas there are problems, but I also kind of observe a lot of really cool and awesome things going on. Where I recently watched a video from a channel that I like to watch. His name is Jason, and he lives in a van full time, and he makes really awesome videos. And he's in Central Oregon, and they were doing a cleanup in the national forest, and he videotaped, I forget the name of his channel, but it was a big gathering, and they basically were going out into the public lands, picking up trash and garbage, you know, hauling it away and cleaning stuff up. And I think that, you know, those are the kind of things that have to be done, you know, in the future to keep a lot of things open, because there's always going to be riffraff and scumbags that are going to trash places and leave things a lot messier than they found them. And so it's up to us, the people who give a shit, to go out there and basically clean up after them. But it's good to see that there are people out there that are putting events together to bring people out, and people are coming out to do these cleanup events. So that's good to see. But other than that, I really haven't, you know, observed a lot of things. I stayed the night at a Walmart in South Dakota. I didn't get kicked out. Nobody knocked on my door. Nobody bothered me. So I think that, you know, the Walmart, staying overnight at a Walmart, I think you can still do. It's just, you know, but other than that, that's all, I guess, all I can really say about that. Well, I still got a bunch of things I got to do tonight after I'm done with you guys. I've got to roll up the tent, the walls, put the walls down, and get things secured for the night. So, but oh well, at least I know people aren't ready to buy fireworks yet here. Even after burning the candle tonight at both ends. Still no customers here. Got some killer bees here, if you guys like those killer bees. Also got the spaceships. Yeah, it's been a good night. It's been a good night. It's been a good live stream. I was hoping I would get somebody on camera here and get a customer on camera tonight, but it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. It's a nice night, though. A real nice night. It is a nice night. There's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. See, that's the thing. There are no days off with this gig. No days off. This is 7 days a week. So that's called sales. That's right. Yep. It would be nice to have a day off, but just to kind of, you know, do some things, take care of some stuff, you know. But I generally do that in the mornings. In the mornings, I'll run around and go to Walmart and do my thing. So yeah, it's a little bit of a different schedule, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. All right, everyone. Well, it is at that half-hour mark, so I am going to close the live stream down for tonight. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been a lot of fun chatting with you all, and I hope that I don't know, it's been fun and entertaining for you as it has been for me. So get you guys on the next stream, and have a good night, everyone. And we'll see you next time. Good night.